Do you ever crave Swedish meatballs, but don't feel like making them because they seem like too much work? Well, I've got the perfect solution. This 1930s recipe comes from a collection of Great Depression-era recipes, and thanks to Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, it's easy to whip up in no time. The first step is to combine 1/2 cup of flour with 1 egg in a mixing bowl. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/4 cup diced onion. And I'm going to stir my ingredients up a little bit before I add my ground beef. Now it's time to add my ground beef. You can use 1 to 1.5 pounds of ground beef, whatever you prefer. I'm using ground round. And I'm going to use the spoon to stir this mixture up a little bit, and then I'm going to use my hands. We're getting closer. Now it's time to make the meatballs. Traditionally, Swedish meatballs are fairly small, usually about 1 inch in diameter, but I'm making mine just a little bit bigger. I'm using a tablespoon to scoop the meat mixture and form the meatballs. Now my meatballs are ready, and don't they look beautiful? It's always so satisfying to create something with your own 2 hands. I'm going to fry these in a large frying pan using about 1 tablespoon of butter. If you've ever had Swedish meatballs from IKEA, you might notice how perfectly round and uniform they are. That's because commercial meatballs are machine formed and often par-baked, steamed, or lightly seared very quickly. That sets their shape, but you don't get the deep, buttery browning you get when you make them at home. And homemade is just so much better. Once the meatballs are done, you'll want to drain off the grease. I always wipe the pan clean before returning the meatballs to the skillet. Next, I'm adding a can of Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, which, by the way, was available in the 1930s. It first came out in 1934. Then I'll add some milk. The recipe calls for 3/4 of a can, but I used about a full can. This recipe is pretty forgiving, so adding a little extra is fine. The gravy will thicken up as it cools. And there you go, Swedish meatballs made easy using Campbell's cream of mushroom soup. Who would have thought? Swedish meatballs are traditionally served over potatoes, but I'm doing the American thing and serving mine over egg noodles. They are delicious either way. Okay guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so. And while you're here, please do check out my link in the bio, and please visit my Amazon storefront where I make a lot of great recommendations. Thanks for watching.